ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Roger D. Williams for another episode of Wiffle Weekly. Obviously, we're here at RDW. I'm here with my co-host, partner in crime, the man who wears many hats, as he will forever be known, Bryson McGee. And this is Season 3, Episode 3 of Wiffle Weekly. Very excited about the content for tonight. And Bryson, we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yes, we do.
And so I'll go ahead and let you pick up where we kick off at tonight.
Yeah, so we're going to kick it off with series number 3. It's a recap of the Southeastern Sharks versus the Backyard Bulldogs. They got the sweep. They beat them 3-0 in the series. Game 1, the score was 9-6, Southeastern Sharks. Game 2 was 11-13, Southeastern Sharks, and then Game 3 was 13-12 in walk-off fashions from the Southeastern Sharks. So I'll get right into it, and I'll ask Isaac a few questions on how he felt about his series. He pitched, I think, all 3 games, I want to say.
I didn't start all 3 games, but I did pitch in all 3 games.
Yes, you did. I think you started game 2.
I started game 2 and 3, I think.
Yeah.
No, I started games 1 and 2.
Yeah, but you still.
1 and 2.
So how did you feel coming off y'all's series against the Express? How did you feel getting back out here and getting y'all's first series sweep as a franchise?
You know, it felt really good. You know, I talked about it some in post-game, but, you know, we didn't know what to expect because we had never seen Brett. You know, we hadn't seen Taylor since last season. And Taylor's changed a lot. You know, first of all, he's taller, and so some things had changed with him, so we had to kind of adjust. And all in all, I felt really good. You know, I didn't have a great series pitching, but the offense came through and we got the job done. So
yeah, so you felt great coming off y'all series loss against the Express. So,
yeah, we won game 3. You know, I know I mentioned that in post game for that series. You know, we won game 3 of that one, so we carried in the momentum, and we're on a 4-game win streak now. Yes. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I'm gonna change the slide. So have a day number 5. Ethan Williams had a phenomenal series. He posted a .690 average, 4 home runs, and 23 RBIs on the series. He's not here with us, unfortunately, tonight, or we'd get him up here so I could ask him a few questions, but I'll ask his brother, Isaac, and his captain. So, Isaac, Ethan Williams coming off of his first series against the Express. He did really good, but he got in his head, and he wasn't able to do what we know Ethan Williams can do, and then he proved himself in the series against the Bulldogs, and he absolutely had a game in game number 2. That was an amazing series.
Game 2, he went, it's not on here, but he went 12 for 14, and I think, do the math, he hit like 857, I think, in game 2. So very, very excited about the performance he's been having in game 2. Yes. He definitely gave us a spark. You know, I think he had all but like one of our RBIs in game 2, and we won by 2. And so that ultimately ended up being a big deal. Very just proud of him, proud of him showing up for us, and you know, hopefully as the season progresses, you know, he's had a rough start to the year pitching wise, but if he can pick up, you know, moving forward with pitching where he's at with hitting right now, if he could stay in that groove, I hate to say it, I'll be carried, but you know, if he can stay in that groove, you know, we'll be somebody to play with.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. He did have a great series in series number 3 against the Bulldogs.
And hopefully I can pick it up. You know, hopefully I can you know, help take the load off, because I don't like him having to carry the load. But when he's looking that good, man, I mean, when you're seeing the ball, that's it. I mean, that's it.
Yes, that definitely brought back memories of him against me in 2020.
Yeah,
without breaking the streak.
Yeah, he almost stopped.
Well, he would have had a few things went his way, but all in all, he still had a great game.
The nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Series number 4 recap. We got the Carolina Crush swept the Backyard Bulldogs, 3-0 by scores of 12-2, 9-1, and 14-5. So obviously the Crush we'll look at here in just a minute, but they're off to a 6-0 start. And Bryson, back-to-back sweeps. You know, the first one being the heavyweight matchup against your dad's team, the Express, and then obviously series number 2 for you guys, series number 4 for the league. You came in and, you know, got another sweep against your National League rival this season, the Backyard Bulldogs. You know, at what point in that game, you know, obviously you won by a pretty large sum in game 1. At what point did you kind of feel like, you know, things were clicking for you guys that night?
Right off the bat, when we just got up at the plate and I got that first single, I knew things were going to be different, because not seeing Brett, of course, and getting that first at bat out of the way, and figuring out how he pitched, and being able to use that for more at bats in the game, it actually that helped a lot, and that provided a spark throughout the game. And later in the game, it showed, and me and James just started playing crush wiffle ball.
I mean, I remember you mentioned that in pregame, and you talked about crush wiffle ball, and I asked you, I said, what's the plan for tonight? And he said play crush wiffle ball, and I think you guys did just that. A very dominant start to the year, and so with that, we'll go into James Gerald's recap. James Gerald, number 24, with the mound visit in series number 2 for the Carolina Crush, a 3.00 ERA for I was going to say the Preds captain, but the former Preds captain, the tank shot, 17 strikeouts, and he went 2-0 in 2 starts, and then he closed down game number 2. Obviously, he didn't get the victory there, but he did close it down, and had it been a little closer, he would have got the save because he pitched very well. Bryson, obviously, game 1 he came out, he had 9 strikeouts in game 1. All 9 outs in that game were strikeouts, and so when you saw him pitch that well starting off, he had 3 strikeouts in the first, and y'all were up, and so it's like, okay, this might be something.
Yeah.
At what point did you kind of say, okay, he's for real tonight?
Yeah. Right off the bat, when he just got started in game 1 like that, it was very good to see. I made the decision earlier in the day to give him the series start due to me pitching 98 pitches in 6 innings for my Little League team the day before, so I didn't want to strain my arm too much. I knew I was going to probably get the start, or I was going to start in game 2 and just see where it led, but I knew I wanted James pitching because to take some stress off my arm, and so he told me in a text when I messaged him, he said, all right, sounds good. And I said, we'll give it our best shot. And I said, yeah, that's all we can do. So, and then when he came out in game 1 and just started off lights out, it was just unreal.
So kind of along those same lines, Bryson, what kind of spark do you assume? I know we all know James is capable of pitching at a high level, and so assuming that he takes this start from series number 2 for y'all and just runs for the next 5, what kind of spark do you think that gives the Crush when it comes down to division stretches and playoff seeds?
It'll definitely give us a very big spark. Like I was telling him, I said, now we got something that we can work with for the rest of the season. And so just if he can stay as hot as he is right now and just keep working at it, it'll be amazing for the Crush.
It'll be a big turnaround. James, he's had his struggles, he's had some arm problems himself, but I think this start right here proved that he's very capable of pitching at what I would consider this right here are Cy Young numbers.
Yes.
And I think if this continues to be
posting a 3 ERA on the series, that's
impressive. It's very impressive. So we'll look at the American League standings now. Obviously, my Sharks are up top at 4-2. We're 1-2 in the division, but obviously the win percentage takes trump for now at least. The Eastern Express come in at 2-4 with a .333 win percentage. 2 games back behind us at 2-1 in the division, obviously winning the first series against us. We're going to the National League. Obviously, the Crush are at 6-0. The Bulldogs at 0-6 because they've been swept twice. Obviously, they're at a 0 win percentage. 6 games back. The division race, Carolina obviously is 3-0 in the division, with the Bulldogs being 0-3. Something to keep an eye on this season is going to be divisional races down the stretch, and being that we only have 4 teams, it's a little bit different because it's not a matter of that first we had 5 last year, and we had 6 the year before, so it was this thing of you get the 1 seed, you get a round off, you get the divisional series off, but like we talked about earlier before we come on the air, it's not going to be that way this year.
Definitely not.
It's going to be I'm the 1 seed. I'm the home for this series, but all we have is the CS, the championship series. We don't have any AL or NLDSs. We just have the AL and NLCS in the championship series. So something to keep an eye on this season will be that. And so far this year, Bryson, I don't know how you feel, but I think so far, it used to be the away team had the advantage last season. And, if you were able to pitch well as the home team, you had the advantage because you had a chance to, put runs up late and get the win. What do you think this season? Who has kind of had the upper hand, so to speak?
It's hard to tell, only 4 series in, honestly, but I think it can go both ways. This year, like my dad mentioned in episode 1 of Wiffle Ball Weekly in Atlanta, he said this year is going to be way more competitive, and I felt it's been way more competitive already. Even though scores don't show it in series number 4 and a couple of the other series, it still has been very competitive. So really, I can't say who gets the advantage and who don't. I mean, honestly, if you get started off in the box hot, and then if you pitch as good as James did in series number 4 for us
As the away team.
as the away team, it's very helpful. But also, if you get a good start on the mound, like we did in Game 2, you can take the advantage and run with it too. So
That's true. It's all a matter of who shows up. That's one thing we've learned is that, it's all a matter of who shows up. It's not you can look at, we don't have bet odds here at NC Wiffle, but if we did, you can look at them all day long. You can look at money lines and spreads and on and on.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's all about who shows up and who's able to hit the zone
and the difference
on any given night.
And the difference in the series, like from our series to y'all series with the Bulldogs, y'all won each game by I know games 2 and 3 was only determined
It was a combined mark. We won by a total of 6 runs.
By a
for the
total of
series.
6 runs on the series. So I mean it was back and forth.
On the bright side, our run differential is back at even.
Yes, but they were both back and forth, and so it kept you on your seat like the video. So it just.
I tell you, I take pride. That was a great one.
Yes,
it's a good one to watch.
Series.
So last but not least, we'll look at the league standings. Obviously, the Crush coming in at number 1 at 6-0 on a 6-game win streak. The Sharks 2 games back at 4-2 on a 4-game win streak. The Express on a 1-game losing streak, having lost Game 3 against the Sharks at 2-4. 4 games back, and then obviously the Bulldogs at 6 games back on a 6-game losing streak. Confident they'll turn things around.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But looking forward, or looking ahead,
yes.
should I say, series number 5 will be the Eastern Express and the Backyard Bulldogs, 2 former American League rivals from last season. Obviously, we have Brian and Taylor. Last year it was Brian and Derek, and then Taylor and Kyle, and this year it's still Brian and Taylor.
Yeah.
Bryson, what are you looking forward to most in this series as we look at another interleague matchup this year?
Seeing the competitiveness between Taylor and my dad. That's always fun to see because my dad's coached me and Taylor from the time we were this little to the time we were as big. So seeing that competitiveness, but also it's going to be something to see the difference between last year and this year, seeing Taylor playing against his dad, and both of them they're just alike. I mean, it's crazy to say, but they're both the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it's true.
So we won't have the jawing back and forth between them anymore, and so it'll be a difference to see how the game flows without having that.
Well, I'll tell you, being the host, nobody's going to ask me what I'm looking forward to, but I'm going to throw my 2 cents in. I'm looking forward to seeing the 2 Rookie of the Year candidates face off.
Yes.
Brett Wiseman's had a great start to the year. He's had several home runs, several RBIs. Obviously, as you guys see some of his tape right here, we'll look at Jackson Carroll's as well. He's had a great start to the year. He is right at the top of the leaderboard in home runs. I think right now he is second, or something like that.
Something like that.
We'll show that as well. But all in all, they both had a great start to the year. Brett obviously, with James, no discredit from James, but Brett had a rough night hitting against you guys.
Yes.
So obviously it impacted his batting average and his RBI count and his home run count some. He just had a hard time getting on base. But all in all, Brett's had a great start to the year. Jackson Carroll's had a great start.
Yeah.
And I think that these 2 are going to go neck and neck for Rookie of the Year. I don't think, no discredit to anybody last year, but I think Josh Logan was the favorite from the time things clicked midsummer with him and the Preds.
Right at the All-Star break.
When things clicked for Josh and he just took off, I think the second half was pretty much no doubt who was going to win Rookie of the Year. It was going to be him.
I know who got my vote.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, we didn't vote. But if we would have voted, obviously I think he would have got most of the votes in the league, and potentially could have been, looking back on it, potentially could have been the first unanimous MVP in league history, or Rookie of the Year in league history. But all in all, series number 6, we'll tag team this one, the Memorial Day special. Big things coming. Not going to let too much out of the bag, but this is a special series in reverence of Memorial Day and those who have fought and died for our great country. And it's the Crush and the Sharks, and we'll have
what better way to do it?
What better way to do it? We'll have the top dogs, the Carolina Crush coming in at 6-0, and the Sharks coming in at 4-2, 2 games back. Obviously, we're looking to hopefully make a dent somewhere along the way and prevent going down 5 games. If we can prevent from being swept by the Crush, but kind of looking forward to that. And we're not gonna get into predictions for this. This is us matching up. So we're not going to get into all the specifics of it, but I will say that I'm very excited about it, and I do hope
a bunch of things in the work for this.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We have planned for this we're coming up on Memorial Day, and
probably since before the season.
Yeah, probably right before the season, probably about mid-March. We've had some things working, and we finally got it settled down this past week.
We got some other special things in the work, possibly with special guests and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Potentially a special guest for that series. We will wait and see what that entails. I think for tonight that's going to do it. Bryson, what are your closing thoughts for tonight?
I just want to thank everybody for watching and giving the videos we have out already just as much love as they have. We've got, I think, one video's at 170 some views and one video's at 116 some. So it's great to see this year. We've took a step further in the league, and we've built on things here at the NCWB, and it's showing. So I just want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for just being such great fans and letting us do what we do here at NCWB.
I'll tell you, we love what we do, and we're thankful for you guys. I'm going to sign off tonight. To watch our most recent video, click in this corner. To subscribe to our channel, like and subscribe over here. With the NCWB logo, you'll see it. And as for Isaac Williams, Bryson McGee, everybody here at NCWB, we're going to sign off from RDW, and we will see y'all next time.
See y'all.